Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Get Off Your Acid Travel Kitchen. So today we're going to be making the Peachy Green Smoothie, one of my favorite smoothies that comes from the Get Off Your Acid 7-Day Cleanse. And this is really a great time of year with summer being here because these peaches that we picked up yesterday at the organic farm we were at are just so ripe. And again, it's going to make for just a really yummy smoothie. What I also like about this peaches is that they have a relatively lower glycemic index. It's about 42, and just in relative to others, bananas have a glycemic index of about 51. So again, lower on the glycemic index. We're still going to add in some healthy fat to neutralize any of the sugars in there. But just want to show you what's going into this smoothie. So the recipe calls for about a cup of organic peaches, ideally frozen. We took these out of the refrigerator so they're cold enough. But 2 peaches equals about 1 cup, so that should do it. We have a nice big bunch of kale. The recipe calls for a bunch of spinach as well. We don't have spinach today, so you can definitely do a swap for any of the greens. So today we're going to use one of these cucumbers, again, that we picked up yesterday. So we're going to swap the cucumber in for the spinach. We have some coconut water. And again, when we're at home, we usually use the Harmless Harvest, which is the raw coconut water. But here we are, we have Vital Cocoa. That'll be perfect for today's smoothie. And we're going to add in a scoop of daily greens. We're also going to take some chia seeds, which we have right over here, and what I'll probably do is add in a tablespoon of chia when we're blending it, and I always like to add a tablespoon of chia after the blend is done, so we can definitely take advantage of the hydrophilic nature of the chia. And when I say hydrophilic, again, what that means is that the chia is going to expand up to about 27 times their size because of the capacity to take on water. So I always like to blend a tablespoon in, but what I also like to do is add a tablespoon after, so you can have that crunchiness, but also the high fiber, the high omega-3 fatty acid content, and also the protein nature of that. Peaches as well, very high vitamin A content, very high vitamin C content, plus there's a lot of potassium. So very excited to have this smoothie today. If you want, if the ingredients are not cold or frozen, you can add some ice cubes, but ours is cold enough. So we're gonna add this all into our Vitamix over here, and we should be good to go. Okay, so we're all ready for our Peachy Green Smoothie blend. We got all of our ingredients in our Vitamix blender. Just one thing I want to mention is that with the kale, some of the kale has really thick stems like the one that we have. I mean, the kind we picked up at the organic farm yesterday was amazing how big it was, almost the size of my son Braden, who's 2. So we actually took the stems out, but a lot of the other kale has smaller stems. It's totally fine to throw the stems in there. The Vitamix is such a powerful blender. It's just going to pulverize and blend all of that nice and finely. So you're totally okay to throw that in there. One other thing is that you see all that green powder up there. That's the ALKAMIND Daily Greens. So I know the recipe calls for 1 scoop of the daily greens. I actually added 2 scoops of daily greens. The best thing about a smoothie is it's a great way to sneak in anything that you want to get in there. And the greens are so important to take every day. They alkalize, they energize, and 1 scoop of your greens equals 5 servings of organic greens. And again, we live in a day and age where, unfortunately, the way the produce is grown, even organically, you just don't get the nutrition that we got 50, 100 years ago. Spinach, for example, takes 60 servings of spinach today to equal what 1 serving of spinach did in terms of its iron and mineral content in 1948. So that's why the daily greens is so important. So whenever I can, I like to add it into whatever I'm doing. We start our day with it. My son Braden loves it as well. So the smoothies is a great way to sneak these into it. So we added 2 scoops for that. You can add 1, you could add 2, whatever you like. But what we're going to do now is add about a half of a cup to even a full cup of coconut water, because I added a lot more of the ingredients in here to make it for 3 people, or really 2.5. So we're going to do a nice high blend. We're going to do that for a few seconds, and then we will have our Peachy Green Smoothie ready to go. Great way to start your day off nice and alkaline.